social reason for calling.
Hello, yes, can I get the number of a police officer?
Yeah, which police officer?
It's DCI James Mason.
Mason? M-A-I-S-O-N?
M-A-S-O-N, Mason.
No. Do you know where he's based at, or what area, sir?
It's in the Metropolitan Police. He's attached to the Commissioner's office.
Alright. And so who are you, sir?
My name's Martin Glasgow.
Yep.
Yes?
Yeah, before I give you the phone number to the DCI, sir, what's it regarding, sir?
Well, it's regarding, I need to know a bit more about him rather than just his collar number.
So, a bit more about who?
DCI James Mason.
Yep.
Do you have just one second. Do you have a DCI James Mason working in attached to the Commissioner's office?
I can see a DCI, but it's not what you're saying. And did you have a phone call from someone saying it's DCI James Mason?
Just one second. I've got emails.
Right, and what email address have you got the email from, sir?
Just one second. I actually sent the initial email to the Commissioner's office, Commissioner Dick.
And Dick on her behalf?
Yes, just one second. I've got from James.Mason 3.
One second, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, he's genuine, sir, yeah. He is correct what he's told you.
Yes, is that correct, Jen?
Yeah.
Can I have his number then, please?
Don't have a direct number, sir.
No, I don't mean his direct number. I mean his collar number, his warrant number.
Oh, his warrant number. I can give you...
His badge number, whatever you want to call it.
Because of his rank, he doesn't have a shoulder number, sir. That's it. So basically, it's only up to a certain rank you have shoulder numbers. After that, it's just the names, sir. So he's the only one that's in that role, sir.
He still needs a warrant number.
Yeah, he does have a warrant number, sir.
That's his collar number, isn't it?
So we call the collar number the shoulder number. That's why we are. That's why, sir.
Oh yes.
Right, that's why I was baffled. Right, give me 1 second, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, no problem. Sir, you got a pen ready?
Yes.
Yep, it's 201
201
414.
414. And you are?
And my PC 956.
Just one second. PC 956. Yes.
Okay, CC, the letter CC, so Charlie Charlie.
At the end.
Yeah, so 956 CC.
CC. And your name is?
Akuji, A-K-U-J-I.
A-K-U-J-I.
Yeah.
Akuji. That's an interesting name, mate.
Yeah. Don't ask me where it's come from, sir.
Well, that's irrelevant, isn't it? But like, it could be Japanese.
I have no idea, sir.
You know what I mean? Akuji. Yeah. It's an interesting name. Names give a lot of information out, don't they?
Yeah, I've been trying to find out where it's come from, but no one knows. I'm originally of Indian descent.
Yes.
But the surname doesn't match that descendant.
Well, you never know, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
You might be, with a name like that, Akuji, it sounds to me like it's a significant name.
Oh, I wish.
Like mine, Glasgow.
Yeah, what's your name, sir?
My name's Martin Glasgow.
Ah, okay, cool. Not a problem, sir. Okay, sir, we'll let you go now.
Just one second, there's some more, I need some more information from you, Mr. Akuji. Not only the rank and number I need,
yeah.
I need to know whether he's a warranted police officer, or... or working as a civilian at that rank.
No, you've got a warrant number, only a police, you have to be a police officer / and above to have the warrant.
No, sorry.
I can tell by looking at it that he's a warranted officer.
I've got letters because like what happened, I was arrested in Chesterfield, yes. I made complaints to the Derbyshire Constabulary's Professional Standards Department.
Yep.
And they gave me the numbers I requested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the numbers associated with the persons involved.
Yep.
And one came back because they have a blue collar or something like that. If they're a civilian employee. And in front, I know it says DCI, but in front of theirs it said CIV because she was a police employee working as a custody officer.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, sir, but no, he is a warranted officer, sir.
Yes. Well, I have to clarify these things because, like, if you don't know, you've got to find out, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you put me through to Gerry Brownrigg?
Where's he based, sorry?
I don't know if it's a male or female. Based at the Professional Standards Unit, NCTPHQ.
Okay, 1 second, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
What I do, I need to grab your full name.
My full name is Martin Glasgow.
Glasgow, yeah, that's one double check.
Do you want a reference number?
Yeah, just give me 1 second, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. What's the reference number you got for Glasgow?
It's PC /
So
PC, as in Charlie,
Charlie, yeah.
/ 0752
0752
/ 18.
18. And is that the complaint number, is it, sir?
Yeah, it is, yes, actually.
And who do you want me to put through? Which officer was it that's dealing with it, sir?
The office is the Professional Standards Unit. It's actually at 6th floor West Street, Empress.
The name of the person?
Of the person, it's Gerry Brownrigg, rank grade band D.
So how are you spelling the surname, sir?
BROWN
OWN
RIGG.
RIGG.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to put you through so you can go quiet for a moment, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Professional Standards, Geri speaking.
Hello, Gerry. It's Mr. Glasgow speaking.
Hello, how are you?
All right, thank you. And you?
Yes, not bad, thank you.
Good. I received your letter and your email asking me to get in touch with you by, just 1 second, 6th of March 2018, yes.
Yes.
Well, just 1 second. Well, I presume that it's either on the date or before.
No, that's fine. We're speaking, so that's good. Right, what I need to do is just get a version of your info. If you bear with me 1 second.
Is it possible for you to turn your volume up somehow, because like I can hardly hear you?
Is that better?
It may be. I don't know whether when you start speaking, I'll be able to tell then.
Okay, I mean I can hear you really clearly. There's a little bit of a hiss on the line, but that's fine.
Okay, thank you. I've tried phoning you a few times just now, previously, but every time it's got through, it's hung up and said the person, voice came on and said the person on the other end has hung up.
Oh, well, this is the first time I've received a call from you.
Yes.
I don't know what's happened there. So, okay, bear with me 1 second. Let me just grab a pen.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, right. Okay, so let me just introduce who I am. I work in the Professional Standards Unit.
Yes.
And we deal with all complaints against officers or staff for SO15 or NCTPHQ. So the person that you've submitted a complaint about is one of our officers. So what I need to get from you is a version of your events. I know you've written it down, but if I could just talk through it with you, that would be really helpful.
Where would you like me to start?
Well, you just start at the beginning, and then if I've got any questions, I'll afterwards.
Well, the thing is, I've been dealing with the Bar Standards Board over a number of years. Yes, making complaints.
Okay.
Now, it came to my attention through my own investigations and inquiries that I've been prosecuted not just once, but twice, with no access to justice. Yes?
Can I ask what the prosecutions were for?
The first one was for a fray, and the second one was for harassment.
Okay.
Now, for the first one, I ended up getting a 12-month custodial sentence.
Okay.
Yes. So I did research and everything. I appealed on my own behalf because what presumed to be my legal orientation wouldn't appeal on my behalf. So I ended up having to write to a law lord in the Supreme Court through the House of Lords. Yes.
Yep.
For the forms to be able to appeal on my own behalf, and I filled them in, and whilst I was in custody, in prison, I completed everything, sent the evidence through, and it went to a single judge. He refused leave to appeal. I took it to a full court hearing. They refused leave to appeal, and I went all the way up through the appeal system, right up to the European Court of Human Rights. Yes.
Okay.
So what I decided to do from there, well, before I took it to the Supreme Court, I made a application, a subject access request under the Data Protection Act 1998 for a listed inventory of solicitors and solicitors, etc., that apply for legal aid using my personal details. And I do believe you got a copy of the email I received, where it states that they've got no certificates on their system containing my personal details.
Right.
Yes. So I'd filled out legal aid forms in and everything with what presumed to be my legal representation, yes. And I decided, because I got to a point where I had to come back and start again. Because I'd been making complaints and gone through every process I could, yes, basically. So I made a similar request, but for the court logs, Ministry of Justice, yes. And I also made a request direct to the court. I was sentenced from Derby Crown Court. Now the Ministry of Justice, they supplied me with a redacted copy, yes, which contained the information what I'm going to get to shortly. But the Derby Crown Court supplied a full copy which contained all the information what the Ministry of Justice had redacted, yes. But the both copies also retained the fact that there was no order for recovery of defence costs made, yes. So I've had no legal aid, I've had no recovery of defence costs order set against me. That's a court cost basically, isn't it? So I didn't pay myself because I was financially unable to. I didn't pay privately. So I've figured it out that only one thing could have happened. It was a private prosecution, and the same person, the litigant, financed both prosecution and defence.
Okay.
Now I made I sent an email through to the Commissioner's office, and then...
The Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police?
Yes, Commissioner Dick.
Yeah?
Yes.
Can I ask why?
Why?
Why did you send it to the MPS?
I don't know. I know. I'm aware that she's not just the Commissioner, she's the Chief Constable as well. Of the Metropolitan Police.
Yes, for London.
Yes.
Where did your offences take place?
They were in Chesterfield. But the crimes I'm reporting happened in High Holborn, London. Because
at the court?
No, at the Bar Standards Board.
Right.
Because I actually hand-delivered, I travelled all the way to London. Every time I wanted to deliver a letter, I hand-delivered it and received a receipt.
Okay.
So that means the offence was perpetrated against me, the conspiracy to pervert the course of justice, because if they had done the job right in first place and informed me that it was a private prosecution, different things might have happened, you see. Because I would have been aware then that the person that's brought about the prosecution is well known to me anyway.
Right.
So I sent this email to, I should have put Chief Constable Dick rather than Commissioner Dick, yes. I don't understand that.
Commissioner.
Pardon?
It is Commissioner.
Commissioner, but anyway, that's besides the point. And I received an email in response from James Mason, DCI James Mason.
That's right.
And his response was, just 1 second. It's, thank you for your email to the Commissioner's private office. Having considered the matter you have raised, I do not consider this to be a criminal matter. If you consider that a member of the Bar and subsequently the Bar Council have failed in their duty, I would suggest you continue to report this to the authorities that regulate this profession. Now, my response to that was, how can perverting the course of justice in a criminal case not be a criminal matter? And then, well, I'd already supplied the email from the legal aid agency, and also supplied my home detention curfew front page of the document I received. Yes. So that then what he said was, I'm afraid I do not agree with your assertions that this would constitute perverting the course of justice.
Right.
Now, obviously, if I've not been told and been deceived all the time throughout my making applications and everything, obviously that's perverting the course of justice. Yeah, and he also says that I was making assertions. An assertion is making allegations without any proof. Now I'd actually supplied the proof to him. He actually went on his own. He made his own opinion. He didn't go on the evidence I supplied, because when you're making allegations, you can make the allegation to start with, but from there you supply evidential material. It's all based on evidential material, which I have copious amounts of.
Right.
Now, do you have access to the emails that myself and DCI James Mason has been sending between ourselves?
That was going to be one of my questions, was to ask you to forward those to me.
Yes.
So that I can see what was sent to you.
Yes. So you don't have access to the email account?
No.
Not at all? No? Because it looks like, because what happened is, it looks like he stripped the documents out by copying and pasting, because I know how the system is, see. It looks like he'd been copying and pasting and then putting his reply, because I do tests, yes. I also sent some documents to the Bar Standards Records Office, yes. And they replied, and the documents that I supplied them, they were returned in the response email, and they were still in the head of the email. They were still attached, you see. So it looks like to me it'd been copying and pasting.
Okay.
Because not only that, it all runs on a database. It all runs on a database, and it's a relational database, and that's to do with data redundancy, so you're not repeating the same information over and over and over again, yes? And this footer, what was put on initially, because it was copying and pasting, it eventually came with the last email, I do believe, with 4 of the footer, 4 of these same private and confidential things that says you don't, no copying and printing out and such, and this private and confidential, and there's 4 of these on the last email I received from him.
Right.
So it looks to me he'd been copying and pasting.
Right.
Because obviously I'd sent him the evidence up to clarify and prove beyond any doubt whatsoever what I was saying.
Okay.
Or alleging that the Banders Board must have been doing, because I've got all letters, you see.
Right. Okay. So, can I ask if you could forward me those emails?
Yes. And the attachments. I will have to, I can forward, I won't be able to forward you from my saved email. Yes.
Yeah, okay. On my letter to you, there was my email address,
just one second. It's... Yes, I've got it.
NCTPHQ.
Mailbox hyphen professional standards at met.pnn.police.uk.
That's the one.
That's the one, yes.
If you forward them all to that,
Yes.
then I can have a good look at this.
Okay.
Okay. What was I going to say? Right, so if I could just clarify your head's complaint. So, what is it exactly you want to complain about DCI Mason?
What it is? Well, I gave him information related to criminal activity by the Bar Standards Board, yes, and he just he can't have looked at the information, just made his own opinion, and it was his personal opinion rather than his professional opinion.
Okay, I'm just writing that down. Right. Opinion instead of professional opinion.
Yes, because his professional opinion would have to have gone on the evidence, not rather than like on this email, it's more or less his own opinion.
Okay.
And not only that, he said that, oh, wait a minute, on this, just let me find the email. Just one second. You mentioned something about an investigation. He's not willing to carry out any further investigations. Well, obviously, he'd not carried out any investigation whatsoever. And I've put this in the email as well, in response. So you will get that.
Okay.
I don't want to cause trouble. I just want to be treated right and lawfully.
Okay. Right, so once we've gone through these, I'll read them back to you.
Yes.
What I'll do is I'll put them in writing to you and email them to you for you to confirm that that is correct. And then once you've confirmed that back to me, and then start to look at this for you.
Yes.
So I've got, the evidence you gave wasn't considered.
That's right, yes.
DCI Mason made his own personal opinion instead of a professional one.
That's correct. Otherwise, he'd have, they didn't make any investigations.
And then the third one was not willing to carry out investigation.
That's correct.
Was there anything else you wanted me to consider?
Not at the moment.
Just those 3 points?
I'd have to go through the information because, like, it's not just yourself. It's not just this situation with the Met and the Bar Standards Board, the Bar Council. I'm making other criminal allegations against other organisations that actually. Now I've just looked at some information, and the person that's supplied the information, he's actually talking about a commissioner who signed the letter on behalf of the commission. Well, he's talking in the third person, you see, so obviously it can't have been that commissioner that signed the letter. It must have been the person that was speaking about the commissioner that had signed it.
Okay, so is that another point for me to know?
No.
No, you don't want that looked at?
No, because it's a different police force, you see.
I see. Right, so I've got gave evidence and it wasn't considered, made own personal opinion instead of professional one, not willing to carry out investigation, and I was going to add copy and pasting emails.
It looks that way to me, don't you?
Okay, alright.
That's to, like, remove any the information I supplied, basically, because, like, what I did, I put a note at the bottom and wrote the attachments as well.
Okay.
What was attached.
Okay, are you happy with those 4 points then?
At the moment, yes.
Okay, then that's fine. Right, what I'll do is I'll email those to you and get you to confirm them back for me.
Yes.
And in the meantime, if you could forward me the emails,
yes.
that would be lovely.
What I'm thinking of doing is, because I actually print the emails as PDF files,
Okay.
and they're stored in a separate folder. So rather than send you the email containing the material, yes, do you want me to attach the PDF files? It might be rather big actually. I'll
Just forward me the email. That's sufficient.
yes. Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're very welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.